What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Youngstown State Dynasty here on College Hoops 2K8, man, and we got ourselves another doubleheader here as we jump into the thick of Horizon Conference play. We are, of course, playing through the entire month of January, and we got a lot of basketball games to sort through, man, so it's going to be a great episode. Make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you do happen to be brand new, by the way, as we will kick things off here, playing against a team that knocked us out of the conference tournament last year, Wisconsin Green Bay. Now, they are having a solid season right now. They're 6-4 overall, 1-1 conference play. We're 4-4 with an 0-1 conference record, but looks like Green Bay is slightly better than us. They do have a 75 overall team. They are very good at shooting the basketball, though. That 84 rating does scare me a little bit, but this young group of guys, this freshman class that has came in for us, they've been doing pretty well overall, and we're going to see if we can keep that up. So with that being said, man, we are going to go ahead and jump right into it. I will see you guys on the court as we try to hold it down in Youngstown, Ohio. We'll see if that home court advantage can get this episode started off right. We can go 1-0 to start this episode. Let's get it. Alright, boys, so here we are back in our home arena here, man. Taking on the Green Bay Phoenix in the Bagley Center. And we know what time it is, man. We know what needs to be done. We got to come out here, man. We got to get some revenge. This was the team that knocked us out of the conference tournament last season and ultimately ended year one of our basketball season. So we'll go ahead and get things underway. Green Bay did end up winning the tip-off, and now we're going to try to move the ball around in an attempt to get the first basket of the game. They are taking their time. You know, this is what they like to do, man. They like to slow it down on us a little bit here. Finally trying to get it inside to Hollis, but it draws the foul on Reese Safino. It's a shooting foul, and Green Bay will end up going to the free throw line. You know, getting one free throw, and that's it. Did not make the second free throw. But we can't convert on the other end either, and Green Bay actually jumps off to a 3-0 lead there, as Hollis does get the layup to go, but looks like one of their players did end up getting shaken up. A little bit of a hip pointer injury. So now Green Bay trying to get some more points on the board, and they get another foul. We're off to a really slow start here, and Green Bay will jump to a 5-1 lead, and just doing a great job of getting penetration, but Jordan Andrews gets the steal, gets it up court to Cam Jones, who lays it up, and it's going to be good. Took us a little bit, but we do end up getting our very first field goal of this game, as Green Bay trying to stem the tide, but we are starting to get settled in here as Safino gets the steal, goes coast to coast, and throws it down. Huge bucket for the senior Reese Safino, and closing the gap on the Phoenix. They are not rising on us, but Hollis will respond with a short bucket in kind. And this Phoenix squad, man, they're playing tough early, as it's all knotted up now at 10 apiece. Going inside to Plavic. He was a problem last year. Gets it out to Kemp on the perimeter, but can't get it to go. As Vadim Parker, he gets the rebound. Vadim pulls for free. Bang! Vadim Parker gets the free to go, and Green Bay has to call a timeout. So now coming out of the timeout, down by 3. They trying to go to Plavic on the inside, but he can't finish on Finn Otis. Speaking of Otis, though, how about Finn Otis? Just absolute massacre on the inside. You got to hit that weight room, little guy. We don't play games around here, man. And a 3-point lead again for the Youngstown State Penguins. Make that 5 points as Finn Otis, who's been coming off the bench, been making his presence felt here early, man. He's already got 4 points and not wasting any time either. as they'll try to go inside once again. The Knight, who gets it up on Vadim Parker, and will get that one to go. And that will also be a timeout for us. So, very close game here still. This is kind of what we expected. But I think we have better players fitting for our system, as we just are using that speed and just using that quickness to get easy buckets. Shoot, Justin Jones even, not slow either, as Cohen will take it in on the inside. It's been a fast start for the Penguins as well, shooting 10 for 15 from the field. If we can get those turnovers cut down, it's going to be barbecue chicken. Speaking of that, Birdie Footlong gets the steal and gets an easy slam. Mooden trying to stop the play from happening. I'm actually shocked we didn't draw a foul there. But a lot of timeouts early for Green Bay. They only have so much for the whole game, as we almost got a steal on the inside. But Cohen cannot get the steal. And Noel will turn that into an easy bucket. So 31-18 lead as Cam Jones gets the steal. He takes it coast to coast himself. And he will just go ahead and lay it up. So a lot of offense for the Penguins, or at least a lot of defense turning into offense. Speaking of defense, we almost got another steal there. Ozier gets the post hook up, but can't finish, as Birdie goes the other way, and the guard can't keep up. And it's another slam for the Penguins. Just absolute abuse on the offensive end. Now shooting up to a 17-point lead. And we still have a few minutes left to play in the first half. Cam Jones able to get the layup and gets it to go. So that's now 8 points for Cam Jones, as he's starting point guard. Is now 19-point game. Plavich trying to get it inside to Noel. Noel to Forbes. Gets it around that Lamptey, and that is a very deep 3-point shot. And got it to go. How about that for some serious range there? You love to see it. A little bit of Steph Curry here in College Hoops 2K8. As Jody Gentry looking to make his own mark. He's actually going to draw, but defensive foul on Whitworth. 8-7-7 cash now looking as Jody Gentry will make both of his free throws. And it now balloons to a 20-point lead. Almost got ourselves yet another steal. And speaking of steals, here comes Jody Gentry. We're going to go the other way, backs it out. Inside to Birdie, bang! Birdie Footlock with another slam dunk. And it's a 22-point lead. And we still got a minute to play in this half. Can Green Bay respond? A 3-point attempt? No good. Ronald Turner, the backup center, gets the rebound. Brings it up court. Gets it inside to Finn Otis, who smokes the dunk. But thankfully, Ronald Turner does end up bringing that one to go. And that is going to wrap things up. We're going to go ahead and sim to the end here. And I'll catch you guys at the end. So another strong start for us in, Horizon Conference play. We end up beating the Phoenix. Not only do we beat them, but we win convincingly. We win by 36 points. And we take care of business with ease in our, one of our first conference games. Not our very first, but, it's early in conference season. And we shot well from everywhere. 54% from the field, 50% from free. Surprisingly, did not do very well with free throws. Our free throw percentage was almost as bad as our free point percentage. That's something that I typically do not see whatsoever. But with that being said, we did a great job on the defensive end, holding Green Bay to just, like less than 30% from the field. And it was barbecue chicken for Green Bay Phoenix in this one. As we check out the stats for this one, surprisingly, none of our starters did end up hitting double figures in this game. We did have a lot of the bench guys playing in that second half during the Super Sim. But we do have a couple of guys that did reach double digits. Vadim Parker, the sophomore from France, ends up with 10 points, 7 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. And also shooting pretty well from the field overall, 4 for 8 and 2 for 5 from the 3-point line. But our leading scorer today is hailing from Montenegro. It is Fernanda Savanovic. the senior point guard, with 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists in this one. He was our leading scorer, and what was a pretty nice scoring performance overall for our basketball team. We'll see if they can keep it up through the rest of conference play. So we progressed through really one of the biggest months of the season for us here in January, and we are just kind of hovering over 500. We haven't been bad, but we haven't necessarily been good, right? We've taken so first of all, we've had a few upset losses. We lost big to Loyola, Valparaiso, and Detroit, but we did also notch some wins as well. We did end up winning by 2 against Cleveland State, winning big against the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and we even scored a 3-point upset against Butler as well before we take a 2-game losing streak. We lost to Cleveland State, and then we lose to Wright State as well by 5. So we're just we're sitting there in the middle. We aren't doing terrible, but we could be doing a little bit better as well. So that being said, as of right now, we do have a 4-6 conference record. If we aren't careful, man, depending on how these next 2 games go, we could miss the conference tournament as a whole, right? Because only 8 teams go, and we are currently just sitting at that 7 seed. So definitely want to try to improve that. We're in the thick of things, but this game against Loyola definitely going to be important for us. 7-11 overall with a 3-7 conference record. We're 8-9 with a 4-6 conference record. Their RPI is inside the top 200. We are not there yet, but definitely a big game for us nonetheless, as we try to go ahead and get ourselves a higher seed in the conference tournament. We'll see if we can be clutch here and make it happen. So let's go ahead and jump into the second game of this doubleheader, taking on another team that we did go up against in the Horizon Conference Tournament back in year 1, except we had a little bit better results, obviously. So now the Ramblers were going to be going ahead and looking for some revenge against us, so we got to make sure we stay vigilant, as we do end up getting the very first bucket of the game. That was Birdie Footlock with the nice little jelly of a layup. Gets that one to go, as Loyola does end up getting the offensive rebound over the 7-footer Justin James and gets it to go, but we'll start to take advantage here. Jordan Andrews, 5'8", by the way, throws it down with a 40. Oh my goodness. You gotta love it, seeing these 5'8", 5'9" guys getting like 45 inches of vertical. And it's a big lead here for the Penguins, as Birdie will go ahead and finish the other way. And so 4 points for the senior power forward, as Cam Jones thought about shooting the free, but thought better and get it stripped from it in the process. Ken Moody going coast to coast and gets it to go, and pulls back within 1 possession, as Moody attacking the basket but stops. Gets it out to the perimeter. Back to Moody. Moody tries a 3-pointer and gets that one to go. And Ken Moody was a problem last year. That's still the case this time around as well. But the rest of the team is on a whole nother level. Cam Jones goes coast to coast after getting the steal. And now Cam Jones has 5 points in this one, as they go inside to Moody. Moody, who's attacking the middle of the court, but leaves it short, though. A little bunny, and it's going to cost him 2 points the other way, as Reese Savino runs the court. And a 16-9 lead for the Penguins. Vadim also attacking. He's a 3-point specialist, but that doesn't mean he can't just go up there as well. And Loyola will have to go ahead and use a timeout, as the Ramblers are clearly a little bit rattled here. As now Briggs looking to attack on the inside, gets it out to Ken Moody. Moody with the mid-ranger danger. That's no good, but an offensive rebound for Briggs cuts it down to a few points. It's now still a 6-point lead. Vadim attacking inside. No one really covers him off the pick and roll, and it's an easy possession for the Penguins. as the lead balloons up to 8 points. Briggs looking to cut it back down to 6, facing a double team, throws it up anyways, but can't finish over the 7-footer, and Justin Jones throws it down! Justin Jones, you don't gotta do it to him like that. Getting some serious elevation, and a lot of Ramblers making some business decisions, getting out of this man's way. So a 10-point lead for the Penguins as Cam Jones looks for a place to attack, gets it out to Justin Jones, who can't finish, but fellow center and fellow freshman Ronald Turner does end up with the offensive rebound. And it's now an 11-point game. Cornette ends up getting blocked by Justin Jones. Second block of the day already. Jones attacking. Bang! Another slam for the 7-foot center, as Justin Jones has been an absolute animal in conference play, or at least when we used to use him in gameplay, of course. As Cohen looks to add on to the already ballooning lead, and will draw a defensive foul on Ken Moody. It's his first personal. It's now 31-19, 12-point lead. Turner gets it outside to Cam Jones. He's got space and pulls for the three-pointer. That's good. It is actually the second free for Cam Jones today. As Cam, he's just looking to try to find space. He's using that athleticism. Gets it inside the Ronald Turner, who couldn't finish, but Justin Jones does end up with an offensive rebound, and he will go ahead and make both free throws. So a 15-point, actually no, a 17-point, well, now back down to a 15-point lead, as team's been playing good, man. I wish the team played a little bit better in the simulation, but I mean, that's the challenge of these AD Dynasties, man. We are obviously not going to play every single game, and you know, we still got some work to do, you know, in the simulations, you know, building a team that can compete. But, you know, there's definitely some good pieces in place, man, like Justin Jones, Finn Otis, you know. Cam Jones should be coming back for his senior year, as there's Cohen, one of the seniors, with a offensive rebound. So he's up to 5 points now. So a 40-26 lead here as Briggs looks to move it around. Moody with the jumper, but it's no good. And Birdie Footlock's going to bring it up court. He got the rebound and also going to get the slam jam. Birdie Footlock going coast to coast, and no one can keep up. Cornette gets posterized in the process. And Loyola having a hard time keeping up, as they already given up 44 points. Now let's make it 47. Bang! Cam Jones with the three-pointer. And 47-29 in favor of the Youngstown State Penguins. Is this going to be a 50-burger? No, but Andrews will get the slam jam anyways. We'll have to wait around and see if we do end up getting the 50-burger. And it looks like we do for one half. And Loyola is just trying to finish strong so that they can regroup in the halftime locker room. But we're going to throw an absolute dot to Chris Ty. And wow, that was just awful to look at. But guy dribbles the ball off his foot, and then Vadim Parker, man, just very watchful, takes advantage of the opportunity, and the three-point specialist gets another slam dunk. As one more miss, gonna give us one last chance to get points on the board, but Finn Otis doesn't need the time. So a strong first half once again carries us to a huge dub. We win this one 83-66, and our shooting was just really good in this one. I loved what I saw from our offense. It really shined in this one. Just played great defense, or at least solid enough defense in the first half. Loyola didn't even shoot that bad. That's the crazy part. They shot 45% from the field, but I mean, we just got so many really good looks in the first half, and we just carried that to victory. And you know, we get another big win here, as Justin Jones was our leading scorer in this one. He ends up with 15 points, but 4 rebounds. Not a lot of rebounds for a guy that's 7 foot, but we have another big rebound guy in the aforementioned Birdie Footlock. He actually led the team in rebounds today, 7 points, 9 rebounds, and an assist. But then Cam Jones had a great day as well. 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 4 steals, ended up shooting 3 for 3 from deep. But he gets himself hurt. He ends up spraining his ankle, I believe, and he ends up with a 30-day injury. It's going to be about a month that he's hurt, so that's a huge loss for us. So we're going to need guys like Jordan Andrews to step in and, try to, lead us. Also, guys like, maybe a Vadim Parker stepping up. Chris Ty can maybe get a little bit more run as well. He had 7 points off the bench. Might be a little bit more Cohen as well. Even though he might be dealing with a little bit of injury, he ended up with 12 points off the bench as well. And maybe this is a time for Jody Gentry to show out as well and see what he can do with some extended playing time. So we simulated one more game to round out the end of January, and we do end up getting the victory against Wisconsin Green Bay. Jody Gentry did step in and play a little bit, although first time starting, didn't ask too much out of him. Only 7 minutes of action as the starter. He ends up getting 2 assists in the game. So it's gonna be a learning curve for Jody Gentry, but I'm sure he's gonna be able to put it together. Birdie Footlog did have a double-double in this one, 13 and 10. And then Justin Jones also had 11 points and 4 rebounds in this one with that assist to go with it as well. Finn Otis had double-digit rebounds too, coming off the bench. He had 7 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks to go with it as well. So that does take us over 500 officially. We now go into the final month of the basketball season. We are now 10 and 9, and that also puts us in a decent position to at least improve our conference standings. We now jump up to 5th with a 6-6 conference record. We are now 10 and 9 overall as well, and we could put ourselves at least in a decent spot to where, hey, we don't even have to worry, about missing the conference tournament. And if we get into that conference tournament, we have a chance to go dancing at the end of the day. So this leaves us on the cusp of baseball season, and hopefully baseball season goes a little bit better than what we had last year. It was just really an absolute train wreck, but we got a C- pitching staff, C- bats, D- defense, and D- speed. So we definitely still have a lot of work, but I think we are at least a little bit better than we were back in season number 1, and hopefully that we can go ahead and use that as an opportunity to at least be a little bit more competitive this upcoming season. Now, taking a look around the squad to see what we got going on, and at least introducing some of the new custom prospects that are on the team. Going around the horn, starting off at first base, we got Miguel Torre, who, very talented player, right? Torre, 81 overall. Now, he's not going to be starting ahead of Craig Kimbrell. Kimbrell still, of course, has a little bit more experience and is slightly better, but he's a nice left-handed hitter that will be really good for us this upcoming season. And even though he won't be playing in the field, I definitely can see him maybe, playing as a consistent designated hitter, or at least someone that gets a spot start every once in a while, if we want to give Craig Kimbrell a day off, or even if he gets hurt. Swinging it around to second base now, we got Joey Diamond. Now, Joey Diamond is a JUCO transfer. He is kind of a utility player from the JUCO ranks. Ends up sitting at 5'9", 190 pounds. Not a very big guy and not a very strong power hitter, but he can make solid contact with the baseball. He's got good speed, and he will end up winning the starting job over Goswitch this upcoming season. Another left-handed batter, that'll be really good for us. Very good speed on the base running ability. I love what he brings to the table there, and she'll be a solid starter, man. I can't wait to see what Joey Diamond does. Certainly a player that does end up making our team better. Now, over at shortstop, we will have Cam Jefferson playing on the baseball squad. He comes in at a very nice 69 overall. You get it? Nice. But Cam Jefferson, he is going to be a right-handed batter as well as a right-handed defensive player. He's on a little bit less than half a scholarship, so I think this was a good add for us for sure. Tim Bynum is still going to be starting over at short, but he is a senior, man, so this is going to be a good year for Cam Jefferson. Really to learn the nuances of college baseball, bring him along slowly, and then in his sophomore year, he should be able to go ahead and start. And then the final custom prospect I want to talk to you guys about is Jeff Fouts. Jeff Fouts is the only other player that's new to the team. He is a freshman. Not a custom, though. Not a custom player. But Jeff Fouts did compete with John Langford for the starting third baseman job. Did not win it, so he will also be playing that backup role as well. So we gear up for opening day as we go ahead and take on a Lehigh, who does enter this season in the preseason top 50. I'm actually thinking that this is a reasonable non-conference schedule. I mean, we're not, playing as many teams in the top 25. We do got to go play against Furman, who did make it to the national championship game in the previous season. But I'm looking at a lot of these series, and these are definitely winnable games. This is, reasonable expectations. Something that we can definitely do. And hey, maybe this means we'll win some more games this season, but I'll leave that for next time. And speaking of next time out, we of course are going to do that baseball opening day to see if we can be competitive against Lehigh and maybe mess around and win a user game for once. And we will also wrap up the regular season for basketball as well before we jump into the conference tournament. So it's going to be some good content coming along the way, and I hope you guys are excited for it. If you are, make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, and then also hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.